for they were so afraid. Verse 7. And there was a cloud that overshadowed them. And a voice came out of the cloud saying, "This is my beloved son. Hear him." And suddenly, when they had looked round about, they saw no man anymore, save Jesus only with themselves. And as they came down from the mountain, he charged them that they should tell no man what things they had seen, till the Son of Man were risen from the dead. And they kept that saying with themselves, questioning one with another, what the rising from the dead should mean. And they asked him, now from verse 11, saying, why say the scribes that Elias must first come? And he answered and told them, Elias verily cometh first, and restored all things, and how it is written of the Son of Man that he must suffer many things, and be set at naught. But I say unto you that Elias is indeed come, and they have done unto him whatsoever they listed, as it is written of him. We're considering these 13 verses along the direction of Christ, just picking 3 of them to see the glory of God, revelation of heaven. The question you ask yourself, what about the remaining 9? Why didn't he bring them to the mountain to show them what these 3 people are going to see? Actually, that's the core of what we are considering today. And that's why we title it Genuine Commitment to Christ and Not Fantasy Leads to Deep Spiritual Knowledge. Genuine commitment to Christ and not fantasy leads to deep spiritual knowledge. Now, as I said, why only those 3? And we're going to look at that, interrogate that, and be able to see why he decided to only give this special privilege to these 3 people. Now, let's take off from verse 1. In verse 1 of chapter 9, and he said unto them, verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here, which shall not taste of death, till they have seen the kingdom of God with power. There are 2 things that Jesus was revealing here. 1, he was prophesying about the fact that there will be some of them that will see his glory even before the kingdom of God actually come. That's 1. 2, was also revealing that the kingdom of God will come with power. Those are the 2 things. So we're going to consider this now. Prophecy has been the nature of God right from when man disappeared from the Garden of Eden, because he sent them away. They had the privilege in the beginning, Adam and Eve, to interact with God. They didn't need any prophecy at that time, because God was with them. If you were going to define prophecy as God revealing his word or his mind to you, you will know that they don't need that, because they were with God. And so you can title them as number 1 prophets and prophetess. They were seeing God. But the issue of prophecy is starting from Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. When we are talking about Genesis prophecy, because we need to really understand why some things are happening. Otherwise, we will just be blind like many people today, like many people were also blind when Jesus came. Now, in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Why was God coming up with this prophecy?